Hey guys, welcome back. And speaking of welcome back, back by popular demand, here's the next part of this What If series of what if Naruto got stronger during the time skip. If you missed part 1, go back and watch that video, which is right here, and then come back to this one. Go now, check that one out. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Anyways, we're starting things back from where we left off. When the Konoha Shinobi were able to get away from the Akatsuki and save Gaara before the One Tail was completely extracted. Gaara was alive but severely depleted of his chakra and at a critical state of life. Right now, they were trying to figure out the best place to take Gaara for immediate healing, otherwise he would succumb to his weakened state. Typically, when the extraction process is stopped before completion, the host would still die. Now, there have been a few cases of Shinobi being able to survive the extraction, so because we already have examples, we're gonna make Gaara an exception. Because the extraction process was stopped midway, the Akatsuki were only able to extract a portion of the One Tail. The Akatsuki would need to regroup and devise a new strategy to reclaim the rest of the One Tail's chakra and continue to pursue the rest of the tailed beasts. The Konoha Shinobi were still 3 days away from the leaf, and they were still not 100% sure if Gaara was able to make it that many days without the proper medical treatment. And because the sand had been under attack from the Akatsuki and had lost quite a bit of Shinobi themselves, they were not in any state to harbor Gaara. This was from the perspective of the Konoha Shinobi, and this was the main reason as to why they didn't take Gaara right back to the Sand Village. After more discussion and deliberation amongst themselves, it was agreed that Naruto would get help from some of the toads from Mount Miyaboku and reverse summon him and Gaara back to Mount Miyaboku to get immediate medical attention. Sakura was able to heal Gaara a little bit, but one single Chunin could only help but so much. While the rest of the Leaf Shinobi would make the trek back to the Hidden Leaf Village to let Tsunade know of all the developments, as well as inform the rest of the Sand Shinobi like Kankuro and Tamari of what occurred. When they arrived at Mount Miyaboku, both Gaara and Naruto would take some time to heal. Obviously, Gaara would take a lot more time to heal. After Naruto had taken a short amount of time to heal, Naruto would meet up with Fukasaku for the first time, and Fukasaku would shortly inform Jiraiya of the entirety of the situation. Jiraiya would head back to Mount Miyaboku to get more information from Naruto about everything that occurred during the mission. Because Naruto and the Leaf interrupted the plan of the Akatsuki in terms of extracting the One Tails from Gaara, Jiraiya would presume the Akatsuki would retaliate harshly against the Leaf. After more discussion with Fukasaku, it was agreed that Naruto would learn Sage Mode right now to get extra prepared for anything that would occur. The original timeline had Naruto learn Sage Mode in about a week, and this was without Jiraiya. This time around though, with the help of Jiraiya and Fukasaku, Naruto will learn Sage Mode in about 4 to 5 days. After the training time period, Gaara had fully healed, and both Naruto and Gaara were able to go their separate ways. Gaara safely would return back to the Sand Village. Naruto would be able to get summoned back to the Leaf Village without having to walk the entirety of the 3 days as well with the help of the toads from Mount Miyaboku. Naruto would be able to return just in time before Team 7 would get deployed again to go meet up at the coordinates Sasori had provided to Sakura to hopefully find Sasuke. This time around though, another main difference would occur, and that would be Kakashi would stay as the main leader of Team 7, because this time around Kakashi was not at a critical state of health because of using the Kamo. This time around he never had to use a Kamo because Naruto was more than strong enough to take care of a lot of the different conflicts that they had. But they would still add Sai to the team as a requisite 4th member to complete the 4-man cell. Sai would test Naruto the same way he did during the main timeline, but another difference was this time around Naruto would make a very impressive showing versus Sai, using his wind release Gale Palm and some extra help from clones as well. Naruto would send himself flying like a missile towards Sai, which quite honestly shocked Sai. Naruto would display a robust series of taijutsu skills that was able to injure Sai. Before Sai could escape though, Naruto used wind release zero air pressure to incapacitate Sai and take him to Tsunade along with Choji and Shikamaru to get intel about who Sai was. After further discussion with Tsunade and meeting Danzo for the first time, Sai was revealed as a new member of Team 7. The fact that Naruto was able to best him further proved that Naruto was more than strong enough to handle himself, even with the Nine Tails, against the Akatsuki. Sai also embarrassed Danzo by revealing he was not able to win versus Naruto. After all these events, Team 7 set off to the rendezvous point and was able to meet up with Kabuto. The events would play similarly in terms of the preparation and plan, as well as Naruto going Nine Tails Wild Beast mode versus Orochimaru. The funny thing about this is that in this timeline, had Naruto actually used his own chakra and his own techniques and powers and not relied on the power of the Nine Tails, he would have fared much better versus Orochimaru and probably would have won. But because Naruto was still provoked with pure anger, he resorted to using his Nine Tails chakra. This timeline also has Jiraiya teach Kakashi some Uzumaki sealing techniques, which would prove vital to stopping Naruto during his rampage. Sai would leave with Orochimaru as usual. Timeline would continue per usual as well, with Kakashi taking Naruto to the side to encourage Naruto to use his chakra and his powers and not rely on that of the Nine Tails after the devastating rampage and aftermath that was left over from him. When the shinobi finally got to Orochimaru's hideout, Kakashi would find a different way to get Team 7 into the base, and the events would continue to play pretty similarly up until the point Team 7 would meet up with Sasuke. The next major difference this time around was that after having a talk with Kakashi about relying on his power and not on that of the Nine Tails, Naruto would go into Sage mode before meeting up with Sasuke, and also prepare clones as well as backup Sage mode reserve options. This would be the first time Naruto would use Sage mode in a real battle after spending several days learning it at Mount Miyaboku. The standoff would start off like it normally did in the original timeline, and Sasuke would notice the difference of Naruto's eyes, but not think much of it. This time around though, when Sasuke would try to blitz Naruto, Naruto would easily notice it and send Sasuke flying with a kick that countered his speed. The kick was powered by Frog Kumite, which Sasuke would not be able to see or even be prepared for. Naruto, with an extremely serious demeanor, swore this time their fight would be different and would make sure to bring Sasuke back to the village. Sasuke, surprised by how much stronger Naruto had gotten, would ready himself for combat, and the two shinobi would go at it. Sasuke would catch Naruto off guard a few times using his new techniques, such as the Chidori Stream, but overall Naruto would outclass Sasuke pretty much the entire fight. His use of Sage mode augmented his speed and strength further than what Sasuke was capable of dealing with. As the fight wore on, Naruto's Sage mode would start to wear out, but he prepared clones to gather natural energy and was able to regain his Sage mode pretty quickly. He was better at absorbing natural energy this time around compared to the first time he used it in the pain fight, so these clones didn't need to be at Mount Miyaboku to gather the natural energy. Kakashi would back up Naruto as well during this fight, and they would press the shit out of Sasuke. The rest of the Konoha shinobi would stay out of the fight though, knowing they would simply get in the way. Orochimaru and Kabuto would shortly appear afterwards, and after seeing how much stronger Naruto had gotten, they were primed to join the battle as well. Orochimaru in particular was in complete shock that Naruto had even learned Sage mode or had gotten this much stronger to begin with, because the last time he dealt with Naruto did not even display any of these new techniques. Kakashi was only able to help Naruto for a short period of time, because after Orochimaru and Kabuto appeared, he knew he would have to hold them off with the help of Sai and Sakura. Orochimaru's hideout over time would be getting severely destroyed due to the collateral damage of the battle, as Sasuke resorted to using his curse mark to even the odds versus Naruto, but his curse mark would still not be stronger than a perfect Sage mode user. Orochimaru started to suspect Sasuke would lose, which would lead to him potentially being taken back to the village, which in turn would foil his plans of making Sasuke his next vessel. Naruto's Rasengan was also stronger than Sasuke's Chidori as well, due to being augmented by Sage mode. These techniques would not cancel each other out like they did before, but would actually hurt Sasuke pretty bad. Sasuke would try to use Genjutsu, but Naruto would be able to get himself out of that and continue on. Losing pretty badly thus far, Sasuke's pride was starting to really show as his calm demeanor turned into pure rage, seeing just how much stronger Naruto had gotten again. Without much other options, Orochimaru orders Sasuke to use Kirin. In the original timeline, Orochimaru prevented Sasuke from using Kirin for two main reasons. The first reason was that during the original timeline, Naruto was nowhere near Sasuke's class as a shinobi, and because of this, Orochimaru knew there was no way the Konoha shinobi were strong enough to actually take Sasuke back to the Hidden Leaf village, which would mean he was never in danger of actually losing his vessel. The second reason was they wanted the Konoha shinobi to stay alive to murder more Akatsuki members, and using Kirin would be overkill. During this timeline though, Orochimaru could see Naruto outclassing Sasuke and knew that Sasuke could actually be taken back to the village if this continued on. He told Sasuke to utilize Kirin to destroy the landscape in order to provide Sasuke a chance to escape. Now there's two ways the story could go, and this is primarily based on two inconsistent showings of the technique during the series. The first time we see Sasuke try to use Kirin, there were cloudy yet blue regular skies. There were no present thunder or storm clouds, making it seem like this technique can be activated at any time, anywhere, regardless of the weather. The second time we see Sasuke try to use Kirin, which was the actual time we get to see the technique, he needed to prepare the jutsu by raising the ambient temperature of the environment to create a cumulonimbus that radiated natural lightning. If this type of setup is required, then the Konoha shinobi would be able to probably notice the setup and get out of the blast area. But if Sasuke is actually able to use Kirin without any setup, this would probably be pretty terrible for the Konoha shinobi, leading to a lot of their deaths. Ultimately, we're not positive which technique Sasuke was going to use, but I'm pretty sure it was going to be Kirin. After extensive research, I'm going with a hypothetical here. Sasuke was going to use Kirin here, but it was going to be a severely weaker version than what we saw him use versus Itachi. Natural lightning can still exist in non-storm-like clouds, and there were other clouds during the manga panel when Sasuke was about to use his technique. My theory is that Sasuke was going to use Kirin, but a weaker version that would not be able to kill the Konoha shinobi, but hurt most of them to where they would not be able to really continue battling. And this is the hypothetical scenario we're going to go with. Sasuke would raise his hand and activate Kirin. The technique would be way too fast for any shinobi, including Naruto, to react to in time, and would cause devastation to the entire area. Naruto, being in Sage mode, would have provided him enough invulnerability to withstand the attack and still be able to continue to fight, though he would be a bit discombobulated. Sakura would get incapacitated as well as temporarily paralyzed. Kakashi and Sai would get temporarily paralyzed as well, but they would remain conscious. The paralysis would wear off after several minutes. Sasuke, Orochimaru, and Kabuto would use the opportunity to disappear and get away. Sasuke was visibly angry and extremely annoyed that he had to do this as a way of escape, as he knew deep down that Naruto was actually much stronger than him at this point. This would motivate Sasuke to train even more, as he knew he was not ready to take on Itachi if he couldn't even beat Naruto. This event would actually make Sasuke ask Orochimaru about this mode that Naruto was using. Orochimaru would then subsequently tell him about Sage mode, and Sasuke would demand to be taken to Ryuchi Cave to learn this technique. Sasuke, already being someone who has the curse mark and is utilizing natural energy to a certain extent because of this, would already be ahead of the game in terms of learning Sage mode. And with Orochimaru present helping with his training, this would expedite the process as well. During the main timeline, Sasuke probably thought he never needed to get Sage mode, as he thought he was already more than powerful enough. But after this alternate timeline of Naruto being so much stronger, Sasuke would definitely see this as a necessary step to continuing his growth as well. Naruto would still be disappointed that he was not able to stop Sasuke, but was not nearly as hurt or in pain by the situation, knowing that he was more than strong enough to best him. And the only reason he got away was because of the surprise of Kirin. He went to help the rest of his comrades, and after a while, Sakura would awaken. Naruto had clones help the rest of his comrades walk and move back towards the village. Until the after effects wore off completely, they would rest every now and then during their walk back. Next time, we're going to see Naruto learn some more new techniques to help deal with even more major and exciting changes that would occur within this new what if timeline. End of part 2. We're going to continue with this what if scenario until we get to a point where things are naturally pretty similar to the mainline story. I already have a few things planned for the next parts. Let me know what you guys thought about this one though. There's certainly going to be a part 3 and most likely going to be a part 4 as well, because honestly, I'm having way too much fun writing this. Anyways, go ahead and leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Leave all your thoughts, comments down below, and we'll see you guys next time.